Are you stuck in nursing because you feel like leaving nursing would erase everything that you worked so hard for? If you answer yes to that question, I want you to hear this right now and hear me loud and clear. Your nursing degree was never meant to be a life sentence. So if you've been feeling burnt out, exhausted, and stressed, if you've been questioning whether or not you really want to stay in nursing, I want to start off by saying that I used to think the same thing. When I was second guessing my decision about whether or not I wanted to stay in nursing, I used to have thoughts in my head wondering if I would be wasting all the time, energy, and effort that I put into becoming a nurse. Wondering if I was wasting my degrees because I no longer wanted to practice as a nurse. Like I felt like if I left nursing, that all my years of school and all the hard work that I put into that would be for nothing. And when I tell you that that fear kept me stuck for years. If you don't know me, my name is Mel. I'm a former registered nurse turned entrepreneur and mentor for the nurse who wants to leave nursing, but she's too afraid to do it. I help you through that process so you can confidently quit nursing and start your next chapter with clarity and with courage. If you've been feeling guilty, stressed, or shame, or any heavy emotions around this decision, if you've been feeling uncertainty around your decision, you're not alone. This is all a part of the process. It's all a part of a journey. When you get into a career and you realize that it's no longer the path that you want to keep taking, I want to share a few perspective shifts that are going to change how you're seeing this whole situation. Your degree is a tool. It's not a prison. It's not handcuffs keeping you cuffed to a role that you no longer want to be in. So your degree, your nursing degrees, they don't dictate your life. They don't determine the path that you take, but it does give you options. So I want to give you some examples of some alternative paths that I've seen nurses get into. So the first one, which is the one that I've gotten into, is online business and entrepreneurship. There are nurses that get into health coaching and consulting, and nurse coaching. There are nurses that get into writing or speaking or creating educational content or courses like I'm doing, having a platform such as YouTube, teaching people a skill that you have, teaching people a transformational journey that you've been through and how they can go through it themselves, teaching people something that you have mastered. Or you can pivot into an entirely new career. You can get into tech. You can work at Target, retail, engineering. You have so many options. You just have to adjust your mind to see that there are an abundance of options outside of nursing. There are an abundance of options that allow you to utilize the skills that you've gained from going to school to become a nurse, from getting degrees in nursing, from actually practicing in the field as a nurse. So if you ever thought to yourself that you really want to walk away from nursing, you really want to quit nursing, but you feel like you'll never be able to find work outside of nursing, I want to stop you right there, because there are so many different things that you can do outside of nursing. And if you don't see something that you would like to do outside of nursing, you can create it yourself. You can create your own path. And that's the beauty of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is such a broad term, but you can do anything. I started off with hypnotherapy in an online business, and then I got into Airbnb. There are so many different things that you can do in the world of entrepreneurship. So if you're feeling like you'll never find work outside of nursing, you have the transferable skills that are required for you to be successful in anything you choose to do. As nurses, we master patient and family education, effective communication with our team members, with patients, with family members, time management skills, delegation skills. You have resilience. You're able to figure things out in high pressure situations. You have organizational skills. You have documentation skills. You literally, you have everything you need to pivot. You have everything you need to try something new. Like all of these skills that you've picked up on from getting your nursing degree, from practicing in the field, are transferable in whatever it is that you decide to do, whatever path you decide to take. I really need you to hear that. Your nursing skills are extremely transferable in whatever new chapter you want to create for yourself. You really have to embed this belief in your mind so that you feel confident in starting your next chapter, and so that you don't continue to allow the fear of regret or the fear of wasting your degrees stop you from what you're truly destined to do, who you're truly destined to become. So if you ever thought to yourself that you're going to regret leaving nursing, first I want to say that I have a video that shares the exact step-by-step process that I used to confidently quit nursing without any regret. So if you've been going back and forth in your head about this decision, about whether or not you want to stay in nursing or walk away from nursing, I highly recommend that video. But there are so many nurses, myself included, who have left the nursing field behind, who've left the nursing career and identity behind, and who have truly found fulfillment in what it is that they do now. Leaving nursing was one of the best things that I could have done. It allowed me to truly discover who I am outside of that nurse identity. It allowed me to become who I'm truly meant to become. It allowed me to do work that I'm truly passionate about. It allowed me to become a version of myself that I didn't know existed, but that I really, really, really love and enjoy. But the key really is to follow your curiosity, follow your excitement so that you can find out what truly will fulfill you, so that you can start creating a life that feels fulfilling for you outside of nursing. If you've ever felt like you're too old to make a change or too old to pivot, it's too late for you to pivot, or you feel like you don't have the experience that you need to pivot out of nursing into a different chapter, into a different career, into something else, I want to say right now, age ain't nothing but a number. Your age does not matter. Your age has nothing to do with this. You're never too old to make a change. You're never too old to really do something that changes the trajectory of your life, the trajectory of your fulfillment within your life. So anyone can pivot at any age. For example, there is a digital marketing community that I'm a part of. When we had one of our Zoom calls, there were several people 70 and up that were getting into the online business digital marketing world. And a lady raised her hand, and she was about 70 years old. And she was having so much success in her business. She was leading other older adults, other people who were in their 70s, other people who were in her age group. This lady in her 70s was out there making money. She was killing it. So it's never too late. And that was just so inspiring to me. Like, I was like, wow, just imagine how many people you would inspire. There are people out there who need your guidance, who need you to make the decision to try something new, to make a change so that they can give themselves permission to do the same. But I want to give you a few practical steps that you can take to start exploring a new path for yourself. So the first thing I want you to do is really reflect on what it is that you truly want. What type of lifestyle do you want for yourself? What type of values do you want your life to reflect? For instance, I value freedom. I value ease. I value peace. I value luxury. I value a life that feels free and that feels peaceful and soft. So that means that the route that I took, the path that I decided to walk on, has to be able to lead me to those things. It has to be linked to those values and to that lifestyle. And I know for me, nursing wasn't something that aligned with those values and that lifestyle that I wanted for myself. So I pivoted. I made a change. And entrepreneurship is such a beautiful path that you can create for yourself that definitely aligns with a freedom type of lifestyle, a soft type of lifestyle. Once you get your business automated and running and all the things needed in order for your business to just flow. Next, I want you to identify the transferable skills that you've picked up from nursing. So what I mentioned earlier, the effective communication skills, the time management, the organization skills, you're able to teach people things. Make an inventory of the skills that you have from getting your nursing degree, from practicing in the field, from being a nurse, from interacting with patients, from interacting with doctors and team members. Really make an inventory, because sometimes we forget how much we've accomplished, how many tools we really have under our tool belts. Like, sometimes we forget our accomplishments and how much value we add to the world. So this is such a helpful practice to take inventory of those things and link it to what you're interested in. Link it to the career path that you have been curious about. Like, how can those skills transfer to that? You'll be amazed at what you find. You just got to sit down and think about this in a different way. Shift your perspective and your mindset. Next, I want you to explore side hustles, explore low stress income streams, things that you can create. For instance, I've created KDP books, journals on Amazon. I've invested in a digital marketing course, learning how to be a digital marketer. And there's a course that I invested in that teaches you this step by step, everything you need to know, A to Z, if you're starting completely from scratch and getting into the world of online business and digital marketing. And it also helps you scale your business if you already have a business and if your business isn't doing what you need it to do. So everything from how Instagram works, making Instagram reels, YouTube, and it includes so many other income streams that you can get started with online from scratch. So if you want to know more about that course, message me in the comments and I can send you the link to that, because I highly, highly, highly recommend it. That's been one of the best things that I've done, was investing in that digital marketing course since I got into my entrepreneur journey. So digital marketing is something else that you can look into. UGC content creation, if you're somebody who wants to create content. I've heard of stories of nurses quitting nursing and going to work at Target, going to work at different places that don't require the pressure or the stress that came with being a nurse. The opportunities are endless. The world is literally your oyster. Next, I want you to build your plan gradually and strategically. I'm not telling you to quit nursing overnight, because then you would be out here feeling crazy. Plan your exit strategically. Don't quit before you feel ready. Don't quit before you have money saved up in the bank. If you know that you want to quit, but you're afraid to quit, I created a program especially for you called the Confidence to Quit Nursing Signature Program that helps you overcome that fear. You can confidently quit and start your next chapter with clarity and with courage. If that's something you're interested in, click the link below. And lastly, get a mentor. Really seek guidance and or mentorship. I 10 out of 10 highly, highly, highly recommend seeking out a mentor or a coach and guidance from somebody who has done the thing that you want to do, who has gone down the path that you want to take, who has took the action or the change that you've been afraid to make. Having a mentor, a coach, and having that guidance from somebody who's already done it changes everything. It changes your perspective. It activates you. It trains your mind and your brain to see that this is possible. And when you're in close proximity with somebody who's done the things that you want to do, you start to really feel that it's possible for you too. So I highly recommend. But this is so crucial in this process, so you can see that it's possible, feel that it's possible, and do what you need to do. And if you're looking for a community of nurses who leave nursing confidently, who get into something that truly lights them up, who explores new paths, then subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you're ready to take the next step, join my Confidence to Quit Nursing Signature Program. Link in the description box. So having fear about all of this is normal. It's so normal to have fear when you are considering leaving one path and starting something new, because your mind loves what's familiar. Your subconscious mind loves what's familiar, even if it's hurting you. Even if something is burning you out, even if you feel stress and anxiety in a particular situation, your subconscious mind is going to support that because it's the thing that you're familiar with. That doesn't mean you have to stay, because once you start changing, once you start practicing something else, you'll become familiar with that too. So the fear is normal, but you have to learn to overcome the fear, to push past the fear, and to really, really, really make a change so that you're not looking back decades from now and regretting your decisions, so that you're not regretting that you stayed stuck when you felt in your gut that you needed to make a change. So the fear is normal, but we have to learn to move through the fear. And that's exactly what I help you do in my Confidence to Quit Nursing Signature Program. I help you to overcome the fear so you can confidently quit nursing, so you can own your decision unapologetically, so you can start your new chapter with clarity and with courage. It is so okay to feel scared, and it's so normal to feel scared. And I want you to know that choosing yourself does not erase your degrees. It does not erase all the work that you put into becoming a nurse. It's simply a part of your path. It's a part of the journey. It's a part of the process. It's a part of what needed to happen in order for you to really gain clarity about the life that you truly want to live, about your values, about the type of lifestyle that you want to live. But the question is, will you go towards that? Will you follow your gut? So choosing yourself doesn't erase your degrees. It literally changes your life. It changes who you are as a person for the best. It allows you to go after a life that truly fulfills you, and for you to stop settling for a life that's draining you. So your nursing degree, your nursing degrees, your nursing journey, your nursing experience, that will always be a part of your story. That will always be a part of your journey. And that's exactly what's going to make your next chapter even more powerful, even more meaningful. So I want to hear from you. If you've ever felt stuck in nursing because you're afraid that you might waste your degrees or waste the energy and effort that you put into becoming a nurse, what exactly is keeping you stuck? I would love to hear from you in the comments. I really want us to start normalizing these conversations, because you're not the only one. I wasn't the only one. Like, there are people who resonate with this secretly, who are too afraid to admit it, who are too afraid to admit it publicly or acknowledge it. I would love for us to really normalize these conversations so that people don't have to suffer in silence. Because I suffered in silence for like 4 years and I just kept it to myself. And that's exactly why I'm creating this community for the nurses who want to have a community of nurses who decide to overcome their fears and leave nursing and to start their next chapter into something that's more fulfilling for them. And I want to help as many nurses as possible through that process, through that journey. So if you want the roadmap to figure out your next steps, how to confidently quit nursing, and how you can go into your next chapter with clarity and with the courage and with the confidence that you need, I invite you into my program, the Confidence to Quit Nursing Signature Program, that helps nurses move through the fear, overcome the fear and all the emotions that come when you walk away from nursing into your next chapter outside of nursing. The link is in the description if you're ready. I also have a masterclass coming this month to help you gain clarity about whether you should stay in nursing or whether you should quit nursing. And if you decide that you want to quit nursing, I'll give you the next steps that you need to do that successfully, confidently, without any regrets. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time. Oh, and remember to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Bye!